What's going on, fam? So, man, I've got a good one for you today. Let me tell you. Whew! This is it. This is where the money's at, fam. Okay, cool. So let's dive into the 1 degree of change. This is so powerful, and it doesn't matter what industry you're in. You learn how to master this one thing, 1 degree of change. Let me just put this in quotations here. You learn how to master this one thing, the 1 degree of change, in any industry that you're in any line of business that you're in, right? In any industry, you're going to be able to start closing deals, what's going to feel like so simple that it's almost going to feel like you should be doing more, okay? So this is the one thing that everybody buys. So this is going to be, this is going to be how you're able to position yourself as the right option for the higher price that you're pricing yourself at, because if you guys don't know, we do encourage to increase your prices based on your worth. And if you don't know what that means, like maybe I'll do a separate video on how to be able to better structure the way you're charging people. But the 1 degree of change will allow you to be able to do less in a sales call and to be able to still make it make more sense to your prospect to buy from you. So this is something that it's insanely overlooked because a lot of people feel like they either have to feature drop, they feel like they have to provide an insane amount of value, they feel like they have to put a ton of stuff on the internet for clout. I can tell you guys this right now, that when I was selling Kirby vacuums, knocking door to door, I had no clout. People didn't know me when I was knocking on their door to sell them a $3,000 vacuum, okay? And by the way, there are no be-backs or follow-ups when you're like knocking on someone's door for a $3,000 vacuum. That's a 1-call close or nothing, okay? So I had no clout selling vacuums. I had no clout selling gym memberships, all right? Now, granted, I built up a book of business in the gym industry, so yes, over time, it did get easier. I had no clout selling digital marketing for the Yellow Pages. Still was able to sell a $100,000 contract and sell hundreds of thousands of dollars for the Yellow Pages in my time with them when I was 24. Digital marketing for a phone book company, guys. So clout doesn't have shit to do with it, all right? So if you want to learn how to be able to sell your offer, your service, your product at a higher dollar rate on long-term high-ticket contracts without actually having any type of credibility, reputability, or anything else, you leverage this. So anytime that we do an agency audit with a client, I'll tell you what, I'll actually backpedal. The 1 degree of change is focusing on one specific thing, okay, that's going to create the most immediate impact in your prospect's business. Okay? Doesn't matter what you're selling, whether it's coaching, whether it's service-based products, doesn't matter. I've been able to leverage this methodology in every line of business, from selling vacuums door to door, selling gym memberships, and selling digital marketing for a phone book company. And by the way, doing 6 president's clubs between the 3 different industries. Same methodology right here. So the 1 degree of change is finding whatever it is going to be the most immediate impact for your prospect. Right? You can ask a series of questions. What are you hoping to gain of that list after you exhaust that thought? You're going to ask them, what are they prioritizing of the list? Okay? As they rearrange their thoughts, you're asking them what creates the most immediate impact of that new prioritized list, so they can tell you what makes the most sense. It allows you to know what to lean into and what to pull away from. Okay? The last thing you want to do is start tripping on landmines that you didn't know existed because of your lack of depth. Okay, this is why you ask more questions. That's where influence comes from, right? More powerful questions. That's how you create influence in a sales call. So the 1 degree of change is whatever it is that they see of their list of priorities will create the most immediate impact now. Okay, not later, because if you ask them what they're prioritizing, they're going to give you a lot of different things, right? But only a few of those things will create immediate impact today, right? A lot of those things are going to create impact down the road or a few months down the road. Like, if you're in an ROI business where you're charging somebody to do a service for them, or you're charging somebody for a coaching program to work alongside them, right? Then your one goal is to make them money back as fast as humanly possible. Okay? So the way that you can leverage having really fast success and doing what we refer to as the land and expand method, where you go back in after 2 weeks to 6 weeks and upsell the new client you just sold on another higher price service, is to make sure that you generate them results today. Okay? So this degree of change is going to be whatever that thing is. All right? So for us, whenever we hop on a sales call. By the way, if you guys have any questions, and we had a dozen people or so watching this, just drop them below. If you're watching this on YouTube, drop your questions below. I'll come back to the YouTube video and answer them. If you want to catch these live, you can go to my Facebook group, which I'll link below too. So let me actually move this over here so I can see the rest of these. So for us guys, whenever we go into an agency audit with a company, whether that be an agency owner for digital marketing, finance, fitness, SaaS, whatever that might be, right? Because we work with all sorts of agency owners. I'm just going to give you a few examples of some stuff we look for, like, for example, do they have a pipeline? Okay, this isn't in any particular order. I'm just giving a few different examples so you guys can get an idea of what this looks like with us versus what this could look like with you doing a similar concept in your sales call with whatever industry you're in, selling whatever you're selling, okay? So do they have a pipeline? Do they have consistent appointments? We'll just put meetings, okay? Do they have consistent meetings? Do they have client support? Okay. Do they have social platforms, which we refer to these as assets? I'll explain why in a second. Because what I'm going to do is give you the key points that we look for. This will be different for your line of business, obviously, because you might not be a sales agency, right? We're a sales agency. We specialize in developing better sales systems for agency owners. But you're going to find a few key components, right? And let's just say ads, right? We'll just put that on there too, because we spend 30 grand a month on ads, so that's typically a good thing for us to talk about. So these are just a few things that we look for when we audit an agency on one of our calls, right? So like if you were, let's say you're on Facebook right now, and above you message Frank because you want to talk more to us, right? Talk more to us, see what it looks like for us to work alongside your agency to build a better sales system. We're going to ask you a few questions, Frank will, and we'll hop on a sales call with you if that's the case to audit your agency with an agency audit. If you're on YouTube, there'll be a link below. You could schedule that call with us. But the way this works, these are a few components, right? These are core components in what makes the process work. So for us, if somebody has a pipeline, we're going to be able to see, okay, cool. So is it organized? Okay, so we can leverage low-hanging fruit opportunities. Okay, or we can revive accounts. So what's great is if we look at like an agency, we hop on a sales call, if we see that they have a pipeline, right? We know based on whatever their immediate impact is on what they prioritize. Like let's say for them it is our immediate impact now is to be able to increase cash flow so we can start running ads and build our sales team so we could generate more qualified calls without taking out a loan. Okay, so let's say that becomes like whatever their immediate impact is, like what they're looking for now, right? So this would be great for us to see, okay, do you have a pipeline? How many people are in the pipeline? Is the pipeline organized between people that have ghosted you, between people on your hot list, between people that are coming in from new traffic sources? Are the traffic sources segmented? Is it organized by a specific rep? Do you have your clients in a pipeline, right? So these are all things we'll look at on the pipeline. Because if that's the case, then we could just tackle the low-hanging fruit by using some revival scripts or some re-offer techniques. Over here, do they have consistent meetings? All right, if they don't, real simple. We just provide a quick framework, start getting them some meetings, and then look at their specific sales script to be able to see, like, do they have a framework, or are they using something that isn't necessarily going to be as effective right now? Does it match up with their offer? Does it not make it easy to buy? Look at all those things, right? So for us, are they booking consistent meetings? Next, client support. Do they have a lot of clients right now? Okay, if they have a lot of clients right now and they don't have a high ticket offer, we can go in right away, create something that's scalable, and just straight upsell their current best clients that are seeing results by doing engaging conversations with their current clients, and just go for the upsell. All right, this has zero extra dollars in costs, excluding commissionable payouts, more than like typically, and we can go in there and see an immediate increase in revenue. None of this stuff matters, right? In that scenario, none of this stuff could matter. We can just focus on that one thing, even though some of this stuff might need work, because typically it does. Like if we focus on this one thing, we see immediate results, okay? This is something you do in like 2 days, all right? We can come in and generate, For example, when we did this for the first time, we created a new upsell offer to sell to our current clients that are doing really well with us. We went in and sold $120,000 in 3 days. No ad spend, right? So really simple. Next, social platforms, because then we could leverage posts for inbound. So we have a specific like grouped set of posts that we can use that people could just post up on their social platforms, whether that be Instagram, Facebook, Facebook group, YouTube, like a personal profile, that you could just post that to collect inbound leads that you could have conversations with, okay? Similar to this video, right? This is like a way of doing that. So social platforms, we look for those assets because some people have their asset on a different platform. Social selling, guys, is different from being able to actually generate inbound leads and conversations. Social selling is more for like the credibility and putting your content out there, but that's more of a branding strategy. That doesn't get you clients right away. That will help you, it's what we refer to as legacy content, where it lives forever and it will become an asset for your company or your brand, but it's not going to generate immediate clients. It will help you in acquiring the clients, but it's a much slower process. So we want to be able to create an inbound strategy for your social platform assets and your social selling. Next is ads. This is an easy one, right? So if we work with a client that's spending $10,000 to $100,000 per month in ad spend, we're not an ads team, right? We don't run ads for people. We develop better sales systems, but all of this is a sales system, okay? So we help come in and find the 1 degree of change to be able to create tens of thousands of dollars in like 30 days or less. This is how we do it, right? You're going to do the same thing. You're going to have your conversation on the sales call, look for the 1 degree of change to create, boom, immediate results. So the ads, if somebody's, let's say somebody's spending $20,000 per month on ads, okay? All we do is come in and we say, hey, you're spending all that money up front, the leads are pretty good. What if we just gave you a liquidation funnel to come in that's going to liquidate 50% to 100% of your ad spend, which basically means we create a mini offer on the front end that someone buys, and then we get on a phone call with somebody that buys that offer. So if you guys have seen any of our offers, we only run liquidation offers, $30,000 per month in liquidation offers. And this allows us to be able to liquidate 50 to 70% of our ad spend with the current offer we have. So basically, that's to put that into a numbers perspective for you guys, so I can get into why this is so powerful. We spend $30,000 per month, but our front-end offer makes us back 70% of that. So essentially, we make back roughly $22,000 or $20,000 on the $30,000 we spend. So we only have to put $10,000 out of pocket to spend $30,000 in ads, right? So it's amazing for the brand. It's amazing for generating buyer leads, which are much better than just normal opt-ins because these are people that are actively looking to solve a problem. So we're able to replace someone's current ad strategy with a liquidation funnel. And before they even fix any of this, okay, before they increase their closing percentage, before they fix their upselling process, before they work on organizing their pipeline or reviving leads or tackling low-hanging fruit, before they're able to leverage any of their assets on social media, we come in, just boom, apply a liquidation funnel. We save them $10,000 per month. It's $120,000 per year before they made any new money. This is how much money we just saved them out of the gate, and they get a better lead. So we look for the 1 degree of change, guys, because at the end of the day, I see this all the time. Like, you're on a sales call and you're trying to sell whatever it is you do, which is fine. It's understandable, right? That's what you're proud of. Like, you take pride in that. But the thing is, nobody gives a shit, all right? And I know that's probably hard to hear, but the truth is, nobody cares about everything you can do for them. You guys have heard me say this on previous videos. Nobody gives a crap about everything you can do for them. They care about, can you create the change I need now? Everybody prioritizes something different. Just because you can see the holes in someone's business doesn't mean they're prioritizing all those holes. They're prioritizing one thing. Help them create the immediate impact with 1 degree of change, and they will pay a lot of money for that. Here's a great example. If we come in and we're here to fix your sales system, let's say that we only want to focus on this because it requires the least amount of money up front for you as a company, and we can just upsell 3 clients, like let's say for $30,000 a piece, well, guess what? We just increase your yearly revenue by $90,000 in the span of 2 days. Okay? Hello? Simple, right? Or this right here for ads. Oh, you're spending $50,000 per month on ads? Or let's say $10,000 per month on ads? Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, you give me $5,000, I'll show you how to upload a liquidation funnel into your process, and it's going to start saving you $5,000 per month or more in ads. Worst case scenario, you save $60,000 a year. Would you pay me $5,000 for that? Right? It's stupid simple, guys. Like the low-hanging fruit. Okay, oh, so you haven't actually given these people a re-offer, like a new offer to be able to get them back on the phone and leverage their old obstacle that they had and incentivize them with something to aid that? Oh, okay. Well, what if we picked you up 2 deals? And let's say you're only selling your offer at $3,000. Well, you just made $6,000. Would you pay me $5,000 to learn how to do that? So you can do it every month or every 2 weeks? Maybe generate $6,000 or more? Does that make financial sense? Okay? All this stuff can create massive, massive increase in revenue. But nobody gives a shit. They care about the one thing that they're currently prioritizing that will create the most immediate impact now. You need to come in and be able to solve that one thing, and people will pay you thousands, if not tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars to do that. Okay? Like this right here. This even has a term, guys. This right here, this is also referred to as account-based selling. This has its own freaking term. People literally are in the business right now, sales gurus, right? They're in the business of just selling account-based selling. Like they're not even doing any of this, right? We're here building out full sales systems. There's companies that are just focusing on the client support upsell that the industry has branded as account-based selling. So the market's there for you guys, okay? Let me know down below if you're getting some value out of this video. We dropped it like it's hot today, okay, with the 1 degree of change. So let me know down below if you got some value out of this video. And I'm telling you guys, when you learn how to properly position the 1 degree of change in your video, it's going to make your sales call seem so simple as to make you feel like you're not doing enough, right? It's going to, let me say that again in case you missed it. It's going to make your sales call feel so simple, it's going to feel like you're not doing enough. The psychology of people is your action bias is going to kick in. It's going to make you feel like you need to do more, feel like you need to offer more, feel like you need to give a better price, drop more value, say more stuff. But the truth is, you don't need to. Leverage the 1 degree of change that will create the most immediate impact today, and people will pay a lot of money because you can create a lot of money through the 1 degree of change. All right? Hope this was helpful, fam. Got to hop on a call right now. But again, if you got value out of this, drop it below. If you have any questions, drop them below as well. I'll come back to the video and answer it. And let's go close some deals.